Enemy MOAB incoming.
Centipede.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's TheRealNumzi here, bringing you guys today's Follower Friday. First off, I just want to say thank you to Acidic for helping out my channel and posting this video to his. I really appreciate it. I wish I could return the favor, but I don't have, a lot of subs and a lot of views and stuff, and I can tell that, just from watching his videos and stuff, he seems like a great guy, and he's really, his commentaries, you can tell he puts work into them. So I've actually redone this commentary upwards of 8 or 10 times. It's pretty ridiculous. Anyways, this is a triple MOAB fail on the map Bootleg, and nobody was running support for me or anything. I was playing with some of my subs though, and I do that pretty much every day. I think my class setup was the PP90 with extended mag, silencer. My perks were sleight of hand, quick draw, and stalker. And then my specialist was hardline, sit rep, and scavenger. And you'll see that I actually don't show the streak where I fail just because I don't want to waste too much time. I feel like he keeps his video short and to the point, so I just showed you guys the 2 streaks, but you're going to see a huge leap in the score between the first streak and the second streak. And it was in that long leap that I went on a good gun streak and whatever. Win some, lose some. I'm sure I'm going to get this triple MOAB sooner or later. Actually, I tried to have my subs run support for me a little bit the other day. Anybody who wanted to. And it was harder with them running support for me. It was really weird. So I got to work on that a little bit. Now, about my channel, guys. I don't usually just talk about gameplay. Occasionally, I'll talk about gameplay, and I'll bring you guys tips and stuff like every other channel. But I'd like to think that my channel is unique because I tell some stories. Now, that sounds kind of corny, like story time. But actually, I tell stories about where I grew up. And I grew up in an island in Asia Pacific called Papua New Guinea. And there's over 800 languages there, and it's the most linguistically diverse area in the world. And the particular tribe I grew up in was the Mesem tribe, and they're about 2-day hike from the nearest city for most people. My dad can do the hike in 1 day, and a few other guys in the village. Most of the men actually can do the hike in 1 day, but they're really pushing it for like a foreigner. Which, would be anybody who's not from Papua New Guinea, who probably didn't grow up in the mountains. That would be a 2-day hike easy. And there's like 1 village between us and there, but as far as the language group itself, the Mesem language group extends deep into the jungle, and there's places that are as far away as, I want to say 7 days from the nearest city, walking. So it's, you used to be able to fly in with a airplane, but the airstrip got all messed up, and it wasn't like a real airstrip, it was like a dirt one. And you used to be able to take in a helicopter, but that, for some reason, you can't do that anymore. I can't remember. Actually, maybe you can still helicopter in, but it's really remote, guys, and that's where I grew up. And I have a lot of crazy stories. Like, I have a story once about where actually I wasn't in my village, but I was actually robbed at gunpoint. I was going down the road. We were in somebody else's vehicle, and the people in the area didn't know him, and so they robbed him. And since me and my dad were there, they robbed my dad as well. And they tried to rob me, but I didn't get along with them as well, and so I kept saying no. Yeah, I'm a hero. I said no. No, I'm just kidding. I was scared. I was terrified. I just pretended I couldn't understand them, so they didn't take my stuff. One of the men did have a gun. See, here I got tagged by a recon drone and go on to get the MOAB anyway. I do think that's impressive. Anyways, one of the guys had a gun, another guy had a machete. He put it up on my dad's neck and stuff. But if you guys want to hear about that, you're going to have to go check out my channel, my thermal UMP45 MOAB, I believe it is. That's the commentary I talked about the time I was robbed at gunpoint. I have a lot of other stories, like once I was in my village, and these men were accused of sorcery. And this sounds really crazy in the Western world, but this is common where I grew up. Anyways, these men were accused of sorcery. They accused them of giving powers to a young man about 18, 19 years old, and giving him powers to overwhelm 2 other young men who were just a little bit younger than himself, and kill them. And so they accused these men of this, and they brought them to the middle of our village, and they proceeded to beat them actually with the side of a machete. One of the men, though, they chopped off one of his fingers, just the tip of it. I think it was an accident, I don't know. And they threatened to kill them. They had guns and stuff, and they really did intend to kill them. And my mom actually got involved, and it's a crazy story. And my dad came back the next day and got involved. And if you guys want to hear more about that, go check out my channel. It's one of the MP9 MOABs. I can't really remember. And I'm sorry I'm not really telling the story right now. I had initially decided to do that, but I thought that maybe that would come across a little bit awkward, a little bit weird. I really don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay and this commentary, and big thank you to Acidic. He's a really nice guy for helping me out like this. Actually, I have loads of time left. Wow. Maybe I can tell you guys a little something. Okay, so one night I was coming back from basketball practice, and this wasn't in my village. Actually, this was in the city. Now, where I lived at that time was the Bena tribe, and I lived with them. And the Bena were at war with each other. Now there are Bena police, but the Bena police didn't want to get involved in the Bena fighting because then they would have to take sides, because all the Bena cops are from different tribes who are involved in the fighting. So they had to call down special police called the Kerawagi police. So I was coming back from basketball practice, and this guy stumbles out on the road in front of me, and he has a mask on. And I slowed down. I was a little bit worried, and then I noticed he had a gun, so I was ready to kill him. I was just going to run him over because it was me or him. I had been robbed at gunpoint before. It wasn't about to happen again. Right before I stepped on the gas, another guy came up to my window from the left, and I noticed he was a cop. And I could tell, you know, after by looking at the other guy again, taking a double take, he actually had a cop's uniform on, despite the fact he was wearing a mask. And I was getting stopped in the road by two drunk cops who were armed with guns. Fortunately for me, the senior officer was there, and he saw what was going on, and he got them out of my way and just let me go. But yeah, if you guys enjoy stories like that, come and have a look at my channel. And my name's Numzi. Thank you, Acidic, and I'm out until next time. Peace.